Right, number 26 says Jonathan and his children went into a restaurant and bought hamburgers and tacos. So we're going to call the number of hamburgers H and the number of tacos T. Each hamburger cost $5 and each taco costs $2.50. So we would have 5 times the number of hamburgers plus 2.5 times the number of tacos. He can spend no more than $60. So he would be allowed to spend less than 60, but not more than 60. So this could be less than or equal to $60. Gracie's going to a carnival that has games and rides. Each game costs $1.50, so we have games and rides. Each game costs $1.50, so 1.5 G, and each ride costs $2.50, so 2.5 R. Grace spent $16.50 altogether at the carnival, and the number of games she played is twice the number of rides she went on. So it says games is means equals. So G is twice means I'm going to multiply something by 2, the number of rides. Write and solve a system of equations that could be used to determine the number of games Grace played and the number of rides Grace went on. So we know games is 2R. We know that 1.5G plus 2.5R is equal to 1650. So we can solve by replacing every G with a 2R. So this new equation is going to be 1.5 times 2R plus 2.5R is going to equal 1650. If I do 1.5 times 2R, that's going to give me 3R. And then together that's going to make 5.5R. To get R completely by itself, I'd have to divide 1650 by 5.5. And I get that R is equal to 3. So she went on 3 rides. How many games did she play? 2 times R. So if G is 2 times 3, then G is going to equal 6. What is the slope of the line perpendicular to the line whose equation is this? So remember, we want to get the equation into y equals mx plus b, and we want to look at the m. So we're going to subtract 3x because the x's are not on the correct side. And then we're going to divide by -2 to finish getting y by itself. When I divide a negative by a negative, that becomes a positive. And when I divide a positive by a negative, that becomes a negative. I'm going to focus on my m. My m is 3 over 2. Perpendicular means I do opposite reciprocal. We talked in another video, opposite means change the sign. So it's going to be negative. Reciprocal means flip the fraction. So this is the slope that I'm looking for. Number 29. Paisley needs to order some new supplies for the restaurant where she works. The restaurant needs at least 521 spoons. There are currently 225 spoons. If each set on sale contains 15 spoons, which inequality can be used to determine S, the minimum number of sets of spoons Paisley should buy? So one set is 15, and S is the number of sets. So 15S would tell us how many spoons she buys based on how many sets she buys. She already has 225. So if I add 225 to what she buys, that's going to give me my total spoons. It says the restaurant needs at least 521 spoons. So this could be more than or exactly 521. So I'm looking for the equation that multiplies or has the correct symbol. So I need it to be this expression greater than or equal to, and I need to make sure the 15S is in the right spot. So B. Alright, number 30. Which linear function is represented in the table? So if we look at our functions, this has a slope of 1, this has a slope of 1, this has a slope of 3, and this has a slope of 4. So one thing I could do is I could find the slope. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. Remember that slope is subtract the y's over subtracting the x's. So I could say 9 minus 6 over 2 minus 1. That gives me 3 over 1, which is 3. So the only equation with the correct slope would be C. Write the equation of the line in point-slope form of the line that passes through the given point and has the given slope. Then graph the line. So point-slope form looks like this. This is our x1, this is our y1, and that's our m. So we're going to plug everything in. Oops. M is 4. This is our equation in point-slope form. We want to put the point on our graph, 3, 1, and then we want to graph our slope. Our slope is 4. That means the same thing as 4 over 1, which means we rise 4 and we run 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then 1 over. So this is going to be my line. Number 32, which equation represents a line which is perpendicular, so that's opposite, reciprocal, to this line? So we need to rearrange this line into slope-intercept form. Move the x's to the right, and then divide by -8. When we divide by -8, we need to notice negative divided by negative gives me a positive. Negative divided by negative gives me a positive. I'm focusing on this slope. I need to make it opposite, so negative, and I need to flip it, so -8/3. This is the only one with the correct slope. Which equation represents a line which is parallel to the line? Parallel means same slope. So I need to reorganize this, move the x's to the right. I'm focusing on my slope of -2. Go through my choices. This one has a slope of -2. Alright, we are going to go ahead and stop the video